white tees. When Jordan first released his shoe with Nike, and music wasn't supposed to be vulgar, but it might be. Back when black folks made positivity out of pain.
My wounds patched with rhythmic words and oohs and ahs from the impressed.
Shout out to my girl Waup, man. She was a feature at my book release party, and she got her own poem in this book, Dreams Bound to Become Reality. She killed her performance, and now, hey, you might go ahead and sign her book.
I just oftentimes wonder if heaven really exists, or if hell is as hot as they really say. And I think I'd like to be the one to test that theory.
I don't plan on getting no sleep. While we doing our thing, moving too fast. Candy paint with the windows all black, seats creme brulee.
Frankie Lemon asks, why do fools fall in love? Someone who spent their days high on life asks, why do dope fiends fall for drugs? And someone who grew up in a loving family with both their mom and daddy asks, why do abandoned children crave so many hugs? And my question is, why do fools use the mic in substitution for therapy? Why does our past hold so much pain with so many similarities? And why do we write checks of heartaches and then proceed to donate them to charity? Why is pouring my hurt out on the stage in front of a room full of strangers the only way I feel like someone is listening? Why do we feel like splitting our wrists isn't enough? I literally will have to tear pages to represent my cuts, just for someone to finally hear me, just for someone to finally see me, just for someone to finally realize my vacant heartbeat. Why is it so hard for me to talk to people, but so easy for me to get the crowd moving? And why when I tell the audience that I'm ready to give up, they just snap their fingers, and after the show, tell me how talented I am, and to keep going? Why are my puddles of blood mistaken as spilled ink? Like what type of sick fuck shouts rewind after you tell them you're drowning?
My bad. Hey. Saying it low, you still saying it.
Why when I tell the audience that I'm ready to give up, they just snap their fingers, and after the show, tell me how talented I am, and to keep going? Why are my puddles of blood mistaken as spilled ink? Like what type of sick fuck shouts rewind after you tell them you're drowning? Honestly, as a poet, I just don't understand poetry. We as a community suffer so loud in silence. It's like the blind leading the blind, the deaf leading the deaf, the hurt seeking the hurt for guidance. I'm starting to believe that poetry isn't the cure, but in fact the virus. We as poets get so hooked on these lines. Poetry to us is like a dope fiend's pick me up. We are the abandoned children that crave those hugs. We are the innocent fools that felt so deeply in love. And not just with our pain that we call art, but with other artists' sufferings too. We found comfort in falling apart together, found peace in a storm that we couldn't weather, but yet danced in. Poets are such innocent fools. We got tricked into believing that we're healing, as if shouting through a mic how you wanted to end your life just the other night isn't a sign of mental illness. Yes, any poet can get up here and tell you how they enjoyed the shock of the crowd and the sounds of them cheering, but what we won't tell you is how we actually enjoyed the stillness, the breaths leaving our bodies as we recite those lines, because in reality, we enjoy that lifeless feeling. Poets are the most dangerous beings to love, because we're capable of feeling everything and nothing all at once. And loving others is even harder for us because we're so committed to our pens. Not writing for us is like committing a sin, and not hugging that mic is like peeling off our skin, and not being able to touch a stage is like dying and not being able to live again. poetry is just the wonderland that we got sucked in, constantly sending out invites to each other's tea parties, opening up a seat for everybody at the table, a chance to eat our scones and sip one another's tea, feeling so small amongst the rest of the world, but so big once you finally take a seat. And I wonder, why are we so okay with our wounds reopening? Why are we so comfortable with watching each other bleed? And why does poetry not feel like a want, but an obligatory need? And the answers to these questions may forever be unknown. Because from poet to poet, I may not understand poetry, but I understand that this is the only therapy that we know. The process may be so, but we ask that you just sit back and enjoy the show. Thank you.
I don't plan on getting no sleep. While we doing our thing, moving too fast. Candy paint with the windows all black, seats creme brulee.